Alrighty, here we go. So projectile motion conceptual questions. So for your quiz and for the worksheet, they were much more problem solving oriented. And these ones that I'm going to do today now are looking at the conceptual side. So you'll notice that we'll keep switching back and forth essentially between problem solving and conceptual because both are very different skill sets and are both very important. So with that being said, we're going to do the first one. So if you dropped a ball off the top of a building of height h, when it is halfway down, which is h over 2, you drop a second ball. How far are the balls apart when the first one hits the ground and why? So one of the most important things with this problem is the why. You can guess A, B, or C, but the why is the part that's important. So I want you to think about it. And then I want you to type your response in the chat, but don't hit enter. All right, so I see some A's, some B's, and some C's. We've got less than h over 2, more than h over 2, and we have h over 2. So cool. So Michelle says C. The first ball is going faster than the second ball when the second ball is dropped. Okay. D again says greater than h over 2 because of the acceleration. Let's see, Everett, why do you say less?
I'm not really sure.
Okay. Let's see. Peter, why do you say less than h over 2?
Is it because the first ball is going faster and the second ball doesn't have time to catch up yet? So
you're saying that like the first ball, like here's the first one falling, and then the second one starts falling, and they get closer together while they're falling.
No, the first one, it's going to get farther away, and then the second one's going to start catching up because the second one still has to gain its momentum.
Okay, so you meant C.
Oh. Yeah.
Right? Okay. Somebody with B, what's your reasoning for B?
I put B, but now I'm starting to think that it's C because of the other explanations in the chat.
Okay, so you're saying that it makes a little more sense now to like think of it as it's getting faster and faster. And so, yeah, that's exactly right. The answer should be C. So when you are starting a problem like this, even if it's multiple choice, it is in your best interest to get used to coming up with the why first and then pick your answer. Because a lot of times you're going to realize in trying to say why that you're like, oh, wait, that doesn't actually make sense. So it's a really good habit to get into with these multiple choice type problems of let's think about the why. Okay, I think it might be this. Let's think about the why I think that. Oh, wait, if that's true, then I know what the answer should be. So it makes sense. If you think about a velocity versus time graph being a triangle. Ooh, can I draw on this slide with this thing? Oh, yeah. Okay, here's your velocity versus time graph. Okay. As you're going like this, yes, you guys can see all the drawing, yeah? Okay, cool. During the first part, you'll notice that it's not going very fast, and the area under here is how far it goes. Now over here, if it goes a little bit more, you'll notice that here it's going much faster, so it's going to take less time to go the same amount of distance. So it should be getting farther and farther apart. All right, let's go to the next slide. I don't know how to go to the next slide now. How do I do that? Turn off the pen, pointer, click. Ha! Oh, great. How do I erase? Eraser? Oh dear, I have to erase everything? Okay, whatever. All right, number 2. You are, what did I do? Okay, you're going to throw a ball upwards with a velocity of v naught to reach a maximum height of h. How high will the ball get if you throw the ball up with a velocity of 2 v naught? So this would be a good example of, this could be a multiple choice, or this could be a short answer type of question. All right, so think about what you think it's going to be. So the answer I'm looking for is something times h. Good? Okay, hit enter. All right, cool. So we've got 1.5h, we have 2h, and we have 4h, and we need to figure out what the answer is. So let me show you what I have. So here I did 2 things. I drew a velocity versus time graph for the 2 different velocities, and I used an equation to solve it. And so what I did is, you remember that trick that I taught you guys where you made everything a 1? Except for the things that you were changing. This would be a really great opportunity to use that skill. And this is a really good example of some time that you might use that. You'll notice that here I have my original velocity, and then here's my double velocity. I throw it up really fast so it has a positive velocity, and it's going to slow down until it stops at its maximum height. Okay? Well, the slope is the same because your acceleration is going to be the same. Therefore, I know that my time will be twice as much. If my velocity is twice as much, my time will be twice as much because my slope is the same. So, the first thing I did is I made the ending velocity equal to 0. Because I'm doubling my velocity, I doubled my velocity. I just put a 2 there. And because I made everything else a 1, I made the 2 a 1. I made the a 1 because I just want to make everything else 1s. And then delta x is the thing that I'm trying to figure out what happens. So remember that delta x is the how far you went. Cool. So then I plug everything in and I solve and I get a -4. Now the reason why I'm going to get a -4 is because in reality, when I solve this, my acceleration would have been a negative number. But I'm just looking for the magnitude. I don't care about if it's positive or negative. So I know that in this case, my object is going to go 4 times farther if I throw it with twice the velocity because it gets squared. So one question I had last period is, how do you know which equation to use? All right, well, Oops, I'm clicking buttons. Uh-oh. Okay. How did I do that? Oh, hate it when I do that. Okay. So here is my 3 equations. Okay, these are on your equation sheet. So if you don't have an equation sheet or you don't know how to find it yet, find it. It's really easy. You go to Google and you type AP Physics 1 equation sheet, and this is the first result. Okay, so this is, I just copied and pasted this off of the actual equation sheet. So when I'm trying to decide which equation to use, I needed to know something about how high it got because that's what my question was about. So I had to have x's. Okay, so I needed my x's. That means this was useless because there's no x in it. This one, the second equation, has time in it, but I don't know anything about time. And I don't care about time, so this is not a good choice. This one also had time in it, so definitely not a good choice. This one does not have time, so that's why I chose this one. Now, if you recall, those first 2 equations we got from doing labs. And if we combine those 2 equations together, we get the third one when we eliminate time. So yes, you could have used the first one to find time and then use the second one to solve for it. But at that point, it will be much easier to just use the third equation. Good? Not good? Okay. I'm having so much fun with these new tools. The weird things in life that you just get excited about. Okay. Next. You are going to throw a ball upwards with a velocity of v0 to reach a maximum height of h. If you want the ball to get to a height of 2h, how fast will you need to throw the ball? And then I kind of just put a whole bunch of random answers there. Okay. Instead of using one of those answers, though, I want you to solve it by using the method that we just talked about of making stuff equal to 1. All right, so work it out, try it. All right, here we go. So throw in the chat, what do you think? How fast do you need to throw it to get it to go twice as high? Oh, you guys are saying D like square root of V. First, I was very confused. Okay, C is 8 times faster. All right, so we do have a discrepancy, so let's figure this out. All right, so I want it to go twice as high. I don't care about time again, so I'm going to use the same equation. Oh, wish me luck. I'm going to try to flip my screen, and I don't know what this is going to do. I'm hoping this will make it so it's easier for me to write. Okay. Okay, so here we have my equation. that I would like to use. What do you want me to do first? Adelaide, what do I do first?
Set. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Okay, at the top, what is my velocity going to be?
I don't know.
All right, here's your hint. If it's going up, oh, you can't see me because I'm over here. So, oh, that is not going to work. Okay, if I'm going up, then I'm not at the top because I'm
So
still
0?
going up. Yeah, exactly. And if I'm going down, then I've already passed the top. So this will be 0 at the top. Okay, so that'll be 0 equals. All right, I want to know how fast I need to throw it. So I'm going to leave it as v0 squared because that's what I want to solve for. Plus 2 times a times delta x. So 2 becomes a 1, a becomes a 1, and I want it to get to a height of 2, like double of what it was, so times 2. All right, so I'm going to solve this then. This will be a subtract 2 from both sides. And that'll be equal to v naught squared. And then I square root both sides. So it should be the square root of 2. So E, none of the above. Square root of 2 times v naught. That'll be your answer. Oh gosh, my fingers are too fat. Okay. How do you feel about that?
Miss Pink,
Yeah.
did you ever give the resource on how to find those 3 equations?
Yeah. Go to Google.
Yeah.
Type AP Physics 1 equation sheet. Ta-da!
Oh, okay.
First result.
Thank
You click on it, it opens, that's your equation sheet. So this is exactly what it'll look like on the actual AP exam. Good? Cool. This is a very messy slide. All right, cool. Everybody have what you need from this slide? So congratulations, welcome to AP Physics, where a lot of times I'll ask you a question, you think you know what you're doing, and everyone's wrong. So don't get too upset or disappointed with yourself. It is very normal. A lot of the way that I like to teach AP Physics is by making you think about it and having you do it because it seems very straightforward. And unless I have you guess and do it ahead of time, you'll be like, oh, that's easy. And then you'll ignore me, tune me out, do something else. And then you can't figure out what you did wrong on the test. So bear with me while I do that to you a whole bunch this year. But it's for your benefit. All right, cool. So the next thing I want you guys to do is go to your AP classroom. And in your AP classroom, I want to show you where to find videos. So as AP, so AP started teaching on September 1st. So we have about a 2-week head start in front of AP. My intention is to stay in front of AP all year long because that means that we will have time for review at the end. And if we fall behind at all, then we'll just be more aligned with the AP schedule. But these daily videos are going to be super helpful for you. So if you are at the course, right here you're at course, and there's a bunch of stuff. These are my teacher resources that you don't see. You should see these student resources. Here, if you go to Unit 1, however, you should see daily videos. Do you guys see the daily videos?
My screen doesn't look like that.
No, but you should be, yours won't look exactly the same, but you should see daily videos under Unit 1.
We don't have the Unit 1 tab. I think I might be in the wrong spot. I'm at the same website. Can I share my screen?
Yeah, go for it. So you have the videos in AP Classroom that are your daily videos, and then you also have Physics Girl. So if you go to YouTube and you go to Physics Girl, Physics Girl is doing a thing this year where she is making videos for the entire AP Physics 1 curriculum. So you should see something about every week from her. She's a little bit goofy, but she knows what she's doing. And she has these videos that should also help you if you're struggling with a particular topic. Right now, she is right in line with what we are doing in class. So she started Newton's laws this week or yesterday, and that's what I'm doing today. So if you're looking for videos that align with about where we are and you're like, oh man, Miss Pink, you made no sense, and you want somebody else to reach out to, that is an option for you. Her videos are between 20 and 30 minutes long. So that's that. Any questions for me? Okay. All right, so let's do another conceptual question. How did I, oh no. I lost my buttons. Anybody know how to get my buttons back? What did I do?
It in another tab.
The problem is I have my Screencastify tool locked on.